Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis, above me is Jordan, and this is the preview for the Chelsea game at the weekend. Big for a number of reasons, really. It's been even bigger by the fact that we're now both in the Champions League final, of course. City can win the league if we win it. Chelsea kind of need the points because they need the top four. So it's all kind of going off. It is actually a massive game. There's loads at stake in terms of the match, when maybe a couple of weeks ago you might have thought it might have been a bit of a dead game, but it suddenly blew up into the huge match. So it's going to be a massive one. We're going to get into some of the talking points. Before we do, guys, let's set a like target. Let's go for 1,500 likes. You guys have been absolutely killing the likes recently, so make sure you give a thumbs up on the video if you do enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're now within 1,000 of 30k. We've been mentioning 30k now for a couple of maybe like a week or two, and it was so close. So yeah, we just need 1,000 of you to subscribe, and then we got there. I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, and it is the guys at Manscaped. Now, Manscaped got a couple things for you guys to make you look even smoother than you already are. Hey, first of all, I want to talk about the weed whacker, right? Now, this is something that you might need when you get I reckon I started needing something like this, bro, when I was about 23, and I would never known what this is.
See, I got 15, a confession, bro. I ain't ever needed one, bro, ever.
See, you're one of the lucky guys, innit? But not me. I'm not lucky. I got hairs growing out my nose all the time. The weed whacker is here to help that problem, innit? You shove it up your nose, press the button, give it a little swirl, and then you're smooth, gang. Your breathing gets cool again. This is the creme de la creme, bro. Below the waist, you got hair, innit? You know what I mean? We all got it. You know, no need to, you know.
No need to beat around the bush.
Go on, bro. If you want it gone, this is for you. It's the Lawnmower 3.0. It's wireless. It's waterproof. It's got a torch on it, so if you want to do it at night, go for it, mate. It's called the Lawnmower 3.0. It's absolutely brilliant. I've got one. I use it. I'm part of the Smooth Gang. Are you? If you want to be part of the Smooth Gang, guys, head over to manscaped.com and use code EXTRA, that's XTRA, and you'll get yourself 20% off and free shipping. That's code EXTRA, XTRA, manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. Okay. None of that, by the way, is rehearsed, isn't it? So, can I just say?
Yeah, none of it is rehearsed.
That's a complete wing.
Just straight off the top, wing it every single time. Big great to LB, innit? Shout LB in the chat.
Right, okay, let's get into it then, guys. I want to talk about the fact that we can obviously win the league this year. It's been a long, hard season, as it always is. Obviously, right at the beginning of the season, you know what's funny, actually? Something popped up on my YouTube the other day, and it was Sky Sports, which is the broadcaster here in the UK, and it was a couple of the pundits on there talking about City's title chances. I think it was after the 7th game, and City weren't even in the top 10 at this point.
That's when Tottenham were top?
Possibly, yeah. Roy Keane was writing us off. Some others were saying, nah, no chance, defensively poor, not scoring goals. And now we're in this position where this Saturday, guys, if we win, we will be Premier League champions. We won't get the trophy, but we will be Premier League champions, bro. How good does that sound, man?
It sounds incredible as well, and for it to come on our own terms. I think the blessing of the United game getting cancelled was the fact that, I mean, they could have won it anyway, but
yeah,
the fact that that's now taken out of someone else's hands and putting into our own. I like that. I really like the fact that we can go out there and get it ourselves. That was one of the cons of United losing, the fact that it's always a bit weird. Remember when United lost to West Brom and then we ended up winning the league? It was a bit like, oh, right, we've won the league. Whereas now, if we beat Chelsea, it adds like a big element to it that we can actually win the league by beating Chelsea. And I think obviously with Chelsea getting to the Champions League final, that's added like another mix into it. And I think people might be like, oh, dress rehearsal, do you know what I mean? Like that whole thing. But I'm really excited because obviously we can get the title this weekend. Obviously not in hand, but we can win it mathematically. And it's against a big opponent. Mm-hmm. And
who need the points as well.
Who need the points. And it adds something to this game. It makes it really, really interesting.
Yeah, it really, really does. And, you know, like I said at the beginning of the video, like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, this game was looking like it potentially was a bit of a dead rubber. Maybe Chelsea might still needed the points for the top four, but other than that, pretty dead. And now it's like, it's popping off. You know what I mean? This is a massive game for both teams. There's been some debate, actually, I've seen online in the comments in our Discord server. If you want to get in the Discord server, by the way, links in the description, X-Club member, about whether or not we should rotate in this game. Now, I'll go through the reasons that you guys are saying, and we can sort of just like, you know, talk about it. So, people are saying that we should rotate, number one, because PSG took a lot out of the team, which I sort of get. And number two, because we don't really want Chelsea. If we put our strongest team out, We don't really want Chelsea knowing how we're going to play in the final. Now, they're reasonable. They're reasonable things to say. The first one, especially, PSG probably did take a lot out of the players. However, the second one, I would argue that even if we played our strongest team, Chelsea are going to have to play different. Chelsea need the points in this game.
Yeah.
They might settle for a draw. However, they could really do with the points for the top four, aspirations. In the final, they're not going to play the same way. So by us playing a different team, I don't think it really matters, because even if we play our strongest team today and our strongest team in the final, I think Chelsea are going to approach it differently regardless. So that second point, I get it, but I think Chelsea are going to approach the game differently anyway, regardless of what team we play.
Yeah, I don't see this being a carbon copy of what the Champions League final will be. Especially the Champions League final, obviously, there's a lot added to it because it is a final. And like you say, I do think they will set up differently in both games, just purely by the fact that they need the points in this game, whereas in the Champions League final, they announce points, isn't it? It's a one-off game. So yeah, I think that's one of the things where people might be like, oh, go full ham, send a full team, the same one that we'd play in the Champions League final, but they're going to be two completely different games regardless. And I've seen a lot of people as well saying that we don't want to give them any ideas of how we will play for the final. So I mean, we don't want to go batter them, and then they know how to counter it when it comes to the final. So there's loads of different reasons for switching it up or going ham and stuff. I still would like to see a strong side go against Chelsea. Because I still want to win the game. We can win the Premier League at the end of the day. Yeah,
well, the team that we've gone for, which we'll show you in a minute, is strong, but we do make a few changes where we think it's necessary. But guys, let us know in the comment section below what you're saying. Should we rotate? I mean, that PSG game obviously did take a lot out of the players. Are you scared that if we play our full strength squad, Chelsea will sort of get onto it and be able to cope when it comes to the final? What are you thinking? Let us know in the comment section below. I wanted to talk about the fact that this is the same as the final. I know we've just sort of said that both teams will probably approach it differently. However, you can't deny that this is a huge game in terms of psychologically. You know what I mean? If we go out there and beat them, psychologically for Chelsea, I do think that's kind of damaging. And the same for us. If Chelsea beat us again, it will be psychologically, it could be quite difficult for City. You know what I mean? For both teams, because you're going into that final knowing that this team's beat us, and if we get beat, we've been beaten off them twice in two big games. One in the FA Cup semi-final, one of them in the league, where we could potentially win the league. So we get beat on Saturday, today or tomorrow, whenever you're watching the video. It could be the case that when we go into that final, the players are like, we just got beat off these twice, you know what I mean? Especially if we play differently as well. Obviously, in the semi-final, we did kind of change it up. If we play different tactics in this game or different players and we still get beat, I'm just wondering what the psychological impact on that is. Obviously, we ain't psychiatrists, innit? You know what I mean? I might be talking absolutely bullshit, but I'm just saying, I'm a fan. I'm just wondering. I'm putting it out there. Does this thing exist? You know what I mean? What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Because the psychological edge in it to it. I feel like that little kind of advantage in the head, knowing that they've beat us the past two times. If we lose this game, I do see that. Whether or not it makes it different on the players, I have no idea. Like we say, we're not psychiatrists. We have no idea on the impact that it'll have.
If you are a psychiatrist, by the way, though, let us know in the comment section below, innit? We're talking rubbish or not.
Yeah. Well, one thing I would say is if we do lose, then people will, obviously, I think the favourites of the Champions League final might change a bit, because as well, that'll be twice that we've played Tuchel's Chelsea and twice that we've lost. Obviously, we beat Frank Lampard's Chelsea, but yet to beat Tuchel's Chelsea, and I think Tuchel's Chelsea look very, very good and a lot different to Frank's.
I think we'll be favourites no matter what going into the final, even if we get beat in this game. However, if Chelsea beat us again, I do think that the odds will shorten slightly, obviously, just due to the fact that, as you say, we played them twice under Tuchel and we get beat twice under Tuchel. However, in that semi-final, we did rest some key players. Foden, Mahrez, both didn't play. So you can only read so much into that FA Cup semi-final. I'm more confident now that I realise that we played a weakened team against Chelsea. You know what I mean? If we play our strong team, I reckon we can do him. But it'll be an interesting one. Let's go through our team lineup for this game. It is a big game, but we have made a few changes for different reasons. Edison obviously still stays in goal. We've gone Cancelo at right back. Kyle Walker's been playing a lot recently. We don't want him to get injured in a crucial part of the season.
Yeah.
I also think putting Cancelo back in at actual right back might help him instead of playing left back. Cancelo also needs to get back into form, because if we do end up in a situation where Kyle Walker does unfortunately get injured before the Champions League final, I'd rather have a Cancelo who's kind of getting back into his good form rather than this sort of weird form that he's in right now. Stones, I believe this is his last game of his ban, so I'd expect Laporte to come in. I don't think we'll see Ake, however, it wouldn't be too surprising if we saw Ake. Maybe he could even fill in at left back. We're sticking with Zinchenko. He's not really played that like a great deal in the last sort of month or so, so you know he should be relatively fresh. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ake come back in, and it'd be nice actually. I kind of want to see more of Ake.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more of Ake. I think he's got. There's too much more for him to come out. I don't want us to ship him off in summer. Like there's rumours and that floating about, but I don't see that happening. The guy's been injured all season. I don't see it being an issue. Midfield wise, then we've gone for Rodri in place of Fernandinho. Fernandinho is a goat, man. He's been smashing it recently as well. However, a bit of rest for Fernandinho. You know what I mean? Can't go on this.
Absolutely.
Don't want to burn him out too soon. And then we've gone with Kevin and Gundo, the two players that. We don't use, for the past few weeks anyway, when we usually go for our strongest or false nine, we don't usually put them together. We usually have Kev as a false nine. However, they can work together. It's just, sometimes it works better when they're not right next to each other.
Yeah, that's it. Up top, we've changed it slightly. We've just sticking with Mahrez and Foden on the wings. Whether we'll see that, I'm kind of doubtful we'll see that. I hope we do, because obviously neither of them played against Chelsea. We didn't really create anything, so I kind of want them to play. However, given the fact they both played against PSG, I think we might see one of them being rested, possibly Mahrez, because I think he played the full 90, whereas Foden came off. But I'm hoping to see Sergio Aguero. He got some minutes against PSG. It was very nice for him to come on, you know what I mean? And yeah, like I say, I think he looked sharp last time I seen him. So I'd like to see him get a game and see if he can get a goal. He's got a good record against Chelsea. So it'd be nice to see him go. And especially with this game, if we win it, we win the Premier League. I think it'd be nice, you know what I mean, for Aguero to play. So whether we'll see him on, I don't know. That's our team. Kind of strong, but there are a few changes in there, which I do think is kind of necessary after playing PSG. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below. You happy with that team? Would you change it? Would you go full strength? Would you completely rotate? And that PSG game did take a lot out of the players for sure. Let us know in the comment section below. We're obviously doing our live watch along, guys, so come and join us for that. It'll be a big game, obviously. Premier League celebrations afterwards if we get the win. So it'll be good to see you guys there. Smash a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Go check out Manscaped, link in the description. And we'll see you in the next one.